got to harvest broccoli today.
Oh, you got broccoli.
Yeah. It's about one meal worth, but it was worth the effort. So let's talk scissor guard. Here we go. I've been trying to control this guy in guard, holding his head down and everything else, but he manages to get back. Now let's not completely lose control of him, but as he goes back, I can grab some fabric somewhere, okay, and try to hold his collar or lapel. Now, I like to keep the arm as well so that he's not back there pushing on my legs or whatever else. So he gets back fairly far, okay? It really doesn't matter too much if you have the wrist or the elbow. It depends on what we're trying to do, but I'm just going to start right here, okay? Now I'm going to open, keep the knees nice and tight. Now using him, I'm going to shrimp out and put this knee right here near his face. Foot is suction cupped to the side of his body so that he doesn't reach down and hook it. This angle keeps your knee protected a little bit too. Also stops him from being able to punch, okay? Back here. All right, now remember I'm still holding him. My left foot's gonna come here, near his hip. It can be resting on the hip. Sometimes I'll push on that hip. All right, now this position, scissor guard's kind of important. There's a lot of things we can do, and if he stands, if he punches, if he starts to try to pass, I wanna work on getting comfortable here. So make sure that you feel very comfortable transitioning to standing guard and everything else, okay? So that's basically it. Now if he's sitting still, if he decides to drive in, this is really easy. I bring him, allow him to come in. The left foot drops, and I'm gonna scissor the bottom leg under. Really focus on the bottom leg. We wanna be on top of him before he hits the ground. If not, he does things like hop over your bottom leg and everything else. Kind of show you that from another angle. The top leg, I know it feels like it needs to be the important one, but it really isn't. So when I drop down here to scissor, this is the foot that's most important. If I just try to kick him, he can step or jump over that knee, and then we have a problem. So I like to leave it nice and high here. And then as I scissor, I'm gonna hook. You can see how I'm kind of on him before he even hits the ground, okay? Now if he doesn't push in, you can adjust this a little bit. If he sits back, I'll do a nice little bump there, reverse shrimp, and push him back over that back leg so you can adjust your hips. Be mindful of your hip being bent. We want to make sure he can't punch us, of course, when he's up there. All right, so that's our scissor sweep from the scissor guard. When we're there, we have some other options as well. A lot of times we'll get to this scissor guard position here, and he starts trying to either base really strong, he might even punch, it doesn't matter. So another option is the triangle choke. I'm gonna bring this foot inside and just put it right here on his shoulder. You could kick it straight through, but from right here, if he tries to go under it, I dig the heel in. If he tries to go over to punch me, I'm here. When I'm ready, I'll release and pull. Recenter here, okay? Now when we've hit this triangle position, right away control the head, keep his arm controlled as well. He'll usually try to stack or try to pull back. Try to stop both of those, okay? Here, when you're ready, I'm gonna make a nice little transition to the hip. Adjust the triangle. Sometimes you can close it right here and finish it. Now, if you have any trouble or the guy's bigger, I really recommend from here, okay, touch, bring him in. Okay, now stop right there. This is where you want to pass the arm. And one of the reasons passing the arm is good is it makes it harder for him to back up and harder for him to drive and makes the choke a lot easier. So if I'm controlling him here, I'm gonna lift and just set my hand under his elbow. Now gravity does the work and I can pass that arm, come back to the head. Now if he tries to drive in, it's very easy to shut him down. And now you can make that adjustment that we showed a second ago here. Okay, nice squeeze and he's done. Anytime that it feels like it's hard to get that triangle, pass that arm across. Make sure that you get your second leg over his shoulder. Okay, go here, come in, through, stop, be patient right here. Okay, I want this arm across. So head to the floor, all right, lift, pass, control. All right, now he's really in a lot of trouble here, but as I adjust, I'm gonna switch and I can stop him from stacking with this hand, okay, easily. When I go to close, don't just close here, cover that shoulder. Okay, and just a little squeeze and he's done. That way his size doesn't prevent the triangle. Okay, one little variation of the scissor sweep is the hook sweep. There's a couple ways we can go about this, but from right here, as I'm working, maybe he steps up with his left leg, okay? Or even more often, he's getting ready to pass my guard. But instead of scissoring him from here, what I'm gonna do is go ahead and put that foot up for me. I'm gonna hook under that leg. My knee stays close to his chest. And once I have that, I can pull with the foot and the hands and put him on the floor. It's just one application of a sweep that works in a lot of different places. Okay, and here, boom. Yeah, he's kind of driving, but I don't feel comfortable sweeping with the scissor, so I'm gonna hook right here. Now I pull, switch. Again, that bottom leg's the most important one, and then we've mounted, and we're good. Practice that scissor guard position. It's really a position where if I've got to open my guard, I want to be safe. And anytime, if I'm ever in guard and he's back and based and is throwing punches and everything, the last thing I want to do is keep my guard closed. So you kind of face a choice here of quickly break him down before he lands anything, or get back to a scissor position. Even if I don't have a grip, and even if he stands up, okay, yeah, now I'm safe from the strikes and things, and I have my legs ready to go. So it's an important position, and it's kind of an in-between the closed guard and then the standing guard, standing open guard.